Everyone, welcome back again to this channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Datti Baba Ahmed has dropped another bombshell where he was talking about what really happened in 2023 elections, where he was warning people that if Tinubu tried to ascend office, that democracy is going to crash in Nigeria. And exactly what he said has come to pass, because in this Tinubu regime now, democracy has crushed. There's no more rule of law in Tinubu's regime. Now, he was also saying that if Tinubu can only tell himself the truth, because this 2027, Tinubu is not going to win it, that Tinubu will not even try to win 2027 election, because nobody in his right senses will want to vote Tinubu again, knowing how far we suffered in Tinubu's regime. But you know Nigeria now, don't be surprised. They have already written the 2027 election and keep one side. Until that day, they will announce it. Like, a lot of things are really happening in this country. I want you guys to just listen to this wonderful interview from Datti Baba Ahmed and listen to what he has to say about democracy being crushed in Nigeria. Take a look at this video, guys. I'll be right back. And also, don't forget to share your thoughts below.
Election. Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, how nice to see you again.
Hello, Charles.
And I was commenting earlier that you look really fresh and well rested, so you're obviously doing something right.
I'm praying for Nigeria, and I think that is right. Which brings me to, first of all, before your first question, let me preempt you and just say Happy Easter to everyone. Only 20 days ago, there was Salah, so happy Salah. And I would just like to say a bit about the so-called most religious country in the world, but with very little faith.
I like that. That's a very interesting one, isn't it?
Yes. I want to say a bit about right from the very top, from God Almighty, because this is Easter, Salah just passed after Ramadan. We have the 99 attributes in Islam of God Almighty. I believe you have similar, and they all center around ability, capacity of our Creator to do. But then strangely, the Creator, able to do all and everything, he forbade injustice from himself, by himself, unto his creature. Now, the conclusion of my last chat with you was that next to what our Creator does with us is what authority does with us. Now, from number one, God Almighty is first and all. The next, what do you say at the next? Authority. Authority is now synonymous with injustice. So what a difference.
Well, let's take this
from the just to absolute injustice.
Well, let's take it systematically.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned the last time you were on this program. Since we last spoke on this program, I notice you have not backed down from your maximalist demands of calling out the Tinubu government as illegitimate, even though there is absolutely no sign of any capitulation on their part, or for that matter, that anyone is taking that assessment seriously. So you essentially remain in a deadlock on that front, yet you insist that democracy ended in Nigeria on 29th May 2023, the day Mr. Tinubu was sworn in as president. Why do you maintain that position? And is it just chatter at the moment, given the fact that he is the legitimate president of Nigeria, or legitimately recognized as the president?
Thank you for that correction to yourself. Legitimately recognized. You see, a sworn-in government needs to be and must be consistent with the constitution of the country. And now, if I were to open the relevant sections to you that we have discussed before, they are at variance with the justice served on Nigeria. So with due respect to the justice system, it is valid to ask, did the custodians of the law do the lawful? And the answer is simply no. We do recognize that the courts have the power to do all and everything, but that all and everything must be justice. The sworn-in Tinubu government does not strictly comply with the Nigerian constitution as it were today. So it is not out of place for any objective mind to still call it unconstitutional. Mildly, one could say it is questionably constitutional. But then here's the big rejoinder to it. 9 out of 16 Nigerian leaders did not buy INEC forms. Yet they served their terms. One of them 9 years, General Gowon, President Babangida 8 years. Nothing could, they were not consistent with the then written constitution because the constitutions were suspended. The point I'm making is that you could be a president, you could be a head of state, you could be a leader, you could be a dictator, so long as you are allowed to remain there. And the big point here is that Tinubu was allowed and is allowed to remain there, despite the efforts of people like me. You remember my efforts. I called clearly for Tinubu not to be sworn in, and it was legal, it is legitimate up to now. Why? I gave my reasons. Then, did the Nigerian constitution have an alternative to that? Yes, of course, very constitutional. Ahmed Lawal could have served to, I think, 8th or 9th of June, and at the point of electing a new Senate president, he acts out the balance of 90 days during which a second or rerun election was to be held because Tinubu did not satisfy the demands of the constitution to be sworn in. However, it was allowed. I tried to legitimately form what I called then the Constitutional Crisis Resolution Group. All we had to do was to take 3 documents, the Constitution, INEC results, and the options. Go to Washington, Brussels, London, Addis Ababa, on 29th, occupy Eagle Square. Tinubu will not be there today. And the beauty of stopping injustice is that it will not perpetrate itself. Bad leadership is a virus. What do viruses do? They create more, they become more and more and more. We should have stopped this before it happened, and legitimately so, constitutionally so, irrespective of the powers, the DSS, the police, you simply serve a notice. You see, the word democracy is still having a great deal to be understood. When you have a democracy, it means that at some point in time, the people will come out and be the arbiters themselves. Right now, Nigerian governments are governments because they have the army, they have the police and all those security forces surrounding and protecting them while they misrule. And the Nigerian people have no propensity to really take up their government. Well, that is the meaning of democracy, that behind the Nigerian army, there is the army of the Nigerian people, whom if you transgress their constitution, they will come out against it. Well, now, bad leadership has realized the incapacity of Nigerians to come together and protect their rights. That is why I told you that if you cannot practice democracy, for God's sake, democracy is not for you. There were the hunger protests about last year also. But when you have 1,000 people doing what 1 million people should do, they'll be trampled. Just one more thing.
Because there are quite a lot of things we need to get to. I mean, I appreciate your sort of laying out your position there, but hopefully if we have time, we'll return to the issue of democracy. But let's discuss the political.
So my people, I'm sure you guys have heard what Datti Baba Ahmed has to say about Tinubu regime. Seriously, ever since Tinubu ascended office, we have been suffering. The citizens of Nigeria have been suffering. These people feel that because they have army, because they have police, nobody can touch them, thereby enslaving their own citizens. We don't have right to make any decision in our country again. We will vote for this particular person, they will turn it and say it is this person that won. When we Nigerians, we know the truth. but they keep manipulating us just because they feel that we don't have any right to speak up. That's why every time in this Tinubu regime, they're always trying to silence the masses. I know how many times that our youth have come out to talk, our youth have come out to protest, but Tinubu and his core people and people in power will trying to silence the masses. They don't like criticism, but they don't want to change. A lot of people have been protesting so that Tinubu government will be better, but this Tinubu government is not going anywhere, and I'm not sure it's going to be better any soon. Nobody in his right senses would want to vote for Tinubu in 2027 unless they are being given money. But sometimes I do ask myself, why would the youth even collect money in order to vote for somebody? It's nothing like they're giving you a long lifetime money. It's nothing like the money itself can even finish within 2 days, 1 week. The money will finish, you still go back to scratch, you still follow other people and be suffering. And by then, Tinubu is not going to hear your cry again. No, he's not going to send you again because he has already ascended office for the second term. So I feel that this time around, everybody should just use their sense in voting. A lot of people came out and saying Tinubu's regime is bad, Tinubu's regime is poor. That alone should tell you that this time around you're not voting Tinubu again, but some people will still vote it. And we have seen a lot of campaigns online where they say 2027 Bola Ahmed Tinubu is coming. We've seen a lot of their banners, their billboard, and many Nigerians are saying that Tinubu, you're not going to come for the second term. But you know, Nigeria will always do their thing. One thing with Nigeria is corruption. Corruption has killed Nigeria. That is why sometimes you be asking, what kind of country is this? Don't be surprised as all of us are shouting we will not vote for Tinubu 2027. Normally, lots of Nigerians wouldn't want to vote for him again because everybody have seen Shege. Even the Northerners have seen Shege. Even the Yorubas have seen Shege. It was recently that Sarah Dokubo was actually having issues with Tinubu, saying that he voted Tinubu thinking he's going to do better, but now he's not doing better again. So I feel that a lot of people wouldn't want to vote for him again. But you know, Nigerians now, they have even written the 2027 election and keep one side, so that during that time they will just come and announce the result and I say Tinubu has won again. Guys, let me know your thoughts. What do you really think about what Datti Baba Ahmed said about Tinubu government? Do you think Tinubu is going to come back for 2027? Like, do you think he's going to be our president for the second term? Guys, let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share, and always turn on the notification bell to get all the latest news in this channel. So guys, thanks for watching.